Hi guys, welcome back to Music Center channel. Minasa put Filipina. My name is Filipina Ida Bro Pajalavat. Welcome. Yabu Pariatke, choose for you Sibia Harasho. Kadela. How are you doing? I'm doing amazing. But how are you? It's been a minute. I've been gone for quite a while. Why? Patamushta Yaradila. Umenyasichas Ribionak. I have a baby now. I am 5 months postpartum and I am exhausted. Exhausted, happy, exhausted. Yeah, you get the point. Yeah. Anyways, welcome to this pregnancy vlog. I'll be sharing with you my pregnancy journey from beginning to the end. I'll be sharing my cravings, my food aversions, my symptoms, highlights of the entire pregnancy journey, and so on, and some tips. Yes, very importantly, some tips on how I managed to go through the hard times, and hopefully it might help someone out there to also navigate her pregnancy journey. But before we get into it, if you're new here, please consider subscribing because I'll be posting a lot of content this December. So subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any video I post. And if you're old here, if you're an oldie, why haven't you subscribed yet? Anyways, subscribe, hit the bell, and let's get started. Now let's go into today's video. Davai, follow me, let's go. Welcome back. Today's vlog is going to be in 3 parts: the first trimester, the second trimester, and the third. However, before we get into it, I would like to answer a question I've been asked a lot recently. People ask, how did you find out you were pregnant? What was the reaction? What was the feeling like? This is how I found out I was pregnant. So I was traveling out of the country. I knew the following day I was supposed to have my period. I took some sanitary pads, getting ready for my period. Right from Ghana, I kept going to the washroom, checking if there was any, flow. It didn't happen in Ghana, so we moved from Ghana. We got to Amsterdam. I was still going to the washroom, checking. I got tired of checking. I put on a pad. So I got to Italy and still no flow, no show. I just still didn't think much of it. I put on a pad and I went about my business. I went for a conference, so just went about my business. It didn't start that day. The following day, it started. I was like, hooray, it started. But instead of it increasing, it was decreasing. Like, what's happening? I'm supposed to see more blood, not less blood. So after just a day, there was no blood. I started feeling funny. There's this term in Chi, in my local dialect, Chi, like menyare. Like you feel sick, but you're not sick. Yeah, I started feeling that way, a bit nauseous. Then it started crossing my mind, I might be pregnant. I told Habi, I think I'm pregnant. Actually, I didn't say it that way. I woke him up in the middle of the night and I said, I don't look pregnant, but I feel pregnant. It was silly. But he said, well, if you're pregnant, you're pregnant. So he kept saying, let's check. I said no, because I knew it was going to be positive and I didn't want it to be positive. So I didn't want to check. Eventually, I let him get me a test kit. I checked and 2 lines. Feeling. Okay, so I was not ready. I had some plans. So I was like, oh no. But then it's also like, why not? It was a mixed reaction, but in the end, it was what it was. So the blood I saw and thought that was my period was actually implantation bleeding, some call spotting, which means that I had already conceived and it was getting implanted in the womb. or in the uterus. So that's what I thought was my period. It wasn't. Moving on. The first trimester. Pierwszy trimester. So let's talk about cravings, right? Cravings. I didn't have much of like crazy funny cravings, like people want to eat dirt, some want to eat chalk and stuff like that. But I had cravings for some specific foods, some that I had already liked or loved. It was just a bit heightened. So I was craving sugary stuff, sweet stuff. Remember I said I found out when I was in Italy, so a lot of pizzas with extra cheese, and interestingly I was craving wine, yes, all kinds of wine, red, white. I was just craving wine as well, so I was having wine with my food. Remember, I hadn't tested yet, so not guilty. So this is a dinner I had. That thing over there, the red bits, that's horse meat, and I gladly ate it. So really I didn't have food aversions, especially in the beginning. In the first trimester there was no food aversions. There was nothing like, ew, I don't want to eat that, or ew, I'm gonna throw up. Goodness me, I was craving fried yam chips like crazy. Fried yam chips, especially with maybe some spicy wings, wet, spiced wings. And I got to eat them in Amsterdam. I was so excited. I was super duper happy, like a child opening a gift. I was excited to eat yam chips. Cravings for you. And then the cravings moved to kenke. That's a local Ghanaian dish. Here I was in Amsterdam and I was craving kenke. We had to take the train, get off somewhere, and walk about 20 minutes to get kenke. I couldn't even bring it out to put on a plate. I ate it from the package. That was how bad it was. I was really craving kenke. So I ate a lot of kenke around that time. So on the flight back to Ghana, I was served some unusual dishes. I hadn't had any of those dishes before, but I still ate and enjoyed the meal. Let's talk about my first trimester symptoms. Like any other pregnancy, but I would say I got it a bit smooth because I was not vomiting, just a little nausea here and there, no excessive weakness or tiredness, just a little bit, because of course I'm growing a baby. But I would say there was a whole week where I was throwing up constantly every single day. So some pregnant women will be brushing their teeth and then they'll puke and all that. So for those of you who actually experience that, one tip for you is you take your time and do back to front, taking your time slowly so that the brush doesn't hit the back of your tongue. I hope I'm making sense. Well, that's the tip for you. Exhaustion and sleepiness. I was exhausted pretty much from the beginning to the end. Needing to pee frequently. One of those annoying things about pregnancy. I was peeing so often, and it got worse. So I would say in the first trimester, that was the easiest part. Highlights of my first trimester. I got to see my baby for the first time, a little bean on an ultrasound, and I saw that tiny beep. It was exciting. It made it also real. And then the next time I went to see the doctor, also in the first trimester, I could hear the heartbeat. It was so exciting. It was so real. I was always checking my mom, like, is there a bum? Is there a bum? Like, there was no bum. Tip. I downloaded 2 pregnancy apps and put in my due dates. So the first due date I got was 14th July, and I'm 12 July, so I was excited. Then when we did the dating scan, it moved forward to 11th July, but it was still within that, so I was so excited. I was hoping I would deliver on 12 July is my birthday. Those apps were pretty informative, which you need. My pro tip, especially for the first trimester: learn, read, inform yourself. Just know as much as you possibly can about what is going on in your body. It will help you, give you peace of mind, because you're going through a lot, and not knowing what you're going through only makes it worse. So be informed, read. Now, a good friend also gave me a book, What to Expect When You're Expecting. Let me see if I can find it for you. There it is. So I'm not saying get the same book, I'm just saying read, inform yourself, ask questions, know what is going on in and out your body. Just know it will give you peace of mind. Second trimester. Okay, so many people say second trimester is supposed to be easier, because your body has gotten it's adjusting, right, to the fact that there's an intruder in your system and things are beginning to be okay. So yeah, things got relatively easier for me. Let's talk about cravings. So that is when it began. Every single morning I would eat waakye. Waakye is a Ghanaian, delicacy, rice and beans. So in the afternoons and evenings I would have banku or kenke. So those were my go-to foods: waakye, banku, kenke. I could have banku with okra, banku with pepper, kenke with soup, stew, whatever, kenke with pepper. Those were my foods. And then once in a while I would have the pizzas. Maybe I'll crave pizzas. And pure heaven, oh, that juice. And then there was also a phase where I would cut open a pawpaw, take out the seeds, pour some powdered milk in there, put a spoon on it. Yummy. And then there was avocado. Ooh, I ate avocados morning, afternoon, evening. For the entire period of my pregnancy, I was eating avocado. Goat kebabs. Ooh. I was going crazy, for goat kebabs. So mostly I was still having all the first trimester symptoms, the tiredness, the bit of nausea. Was the worst in my second trimester was pain, aches and pains along, and there wasn't much of a bump. It was a really cute small bump, but I was feeling pain. I found out it was because of the expanding uterus. So my womb was expanding. Pardon the noise, there's always something going on in this house. Yeah, my womb was expanding, and the muscles and everything had to make way for the uterus. It was coming out. So that process, the pain, it's called round ligaments pain. Ooh. The annoying bit of the second trimester was heartburn and indigestion. Ooh. The indigestion was real. It's prevented me from having good night's sleeps, because I would eat and the meal would take about 24 hours to digest. I'm not exaggerating, that's how I felt. Funny stomach acids, and to the point where I got irritation in my throat. I got pharyngitis. Yes, because my throat was all messed up. Tips for that: I was told that pregnancy is good to eat very early, very early. If you're going to eat heavy, eat it very early, so that by the time it's night time, it would have digested, because your digestive system does not work as fast as it used to when you were not pregnant, because now the womb, the uterus and all that, the baby, they are the important stuff in there, so they get all the attention. Feeling hot and flustered, like, oh, in the second trimester, I was going to say semester. Yeah, mood swings. Yeah, it's a thing. Yeah, the highlight of my second trimester. Oh, checking my bum. I was so obsessed because I wasn't seeing anything. I wanted to see something, and then nothing was showing. Then when we took the anomaly scan, everything was okay with the baby, but the baby was refusing to let us see the gender.
Looking for gender.
That one can be seen from now.
But I'm able to.
Wakataso.
I'm able to see, but you are trying.
The sonographer was trying to see the gender, was trying to see, you know, what would tell the gender, and the baby was messing up with her. Just, she goes this way, the baby goes that way. Until finally we were able to see, and right after we left the hospital, I downloaded another picture which says, it's a boy, and I sent it to my family. I didn't have any expectations. I wasn't disappointed. I wasn't excited. I just wanted a healthy baby, boy or girl. I didn't care. Third trimester, trimester. So second trimester was второй trimester, второй second, третий third, первый first. My third trimester cravings. Okay, so not much changed from the second. I was still eating my wache every morning, my kinky and my banku. Symptoms: more pain around the bump. Now I was seeing the bump. Yes, so I was excited. I was seeing the bump, but that came with extra exhaustion. I was tired of carrying the bump. The round ligament pain was still at work. Sleepiness, I was so sleepy. I was still drinking a lot of water because I was peeing a lot. Now it was getting annoying. In my third trimester, I was so pissed because I could pee about 6, 7, 5 times during the night. So I resumed going to the pool, like swimming. That was fun. I would put on my swimsuit. Okay, that my bum was bumping. And I'll go to the pool and I'll swim, and it was relaxing. It was, you know what, I felt like my tummy was being held. You know, the belly was, someone was holding the belly in the water. It felt so light. Please, swim. When you're pregnant, it's the best you can do for your body. It's so relaxing. You work out your muscles, your back, your shoulder, everywhere. It's so relaxing. The third trimester, you'll be busy, you know, trying to work, and the baby will say no, hell no, and you know, be causing distractions here and there. That's one thing. I don't know how pregnant women do it. So please let me know in the comment section. How do you concentrate when baby is kicking? Because it always distracted me. Whatever I was doing, immediately baby starts to kick, I get distracted. Like, how are you coping? Then the highlight of my third trimester was my maternity photo shoot. It was early June. Hubby was traveling. He wasn't going to be back until 26th. So, and 26th was very close to 11th, which was my due date. I was like, do I do it, or do we do it early in June, or just let hubby go, and when he returns we can do it in the end of June, then I can deliver in July. So I thought hard about this. I'm like, okay, let's do it before he leaves. It was the best decision I ever made. The morning before the shoot, it was like things just didn't want the shoot to happen. I hadn't vomited in like 4 months. Then all of a sudden I was vomiting. I thought I would vomit out my intestines. He asked, should we go? I said, yes, let's do it. It was lunchtime, I had lunch. Then it started again. So it's like, whenever food got into my tummy, ooh, I vomited again. So I almost cancelled. I'm like, I'm not up for this. I don't think I can do it. I'm too tired. How am I even going to pose, you know, for a picture? I'm tired. So I rested a bit. Hubby came back, asked, what do you want us to do? So I thought about it. We don't do it now, we have to do it in the end of June. Maybe I'll be too pregnant, too tired to do it. So I said, okay, I'll manage, let's do it. So we went, we even got to the studio very late. Surprisingly, I got out of the funk. I was able to take the pictures. But in the beginning, I was like, then hubby was like, laugh a bit. I'm like, I'll laugh. So it's that you know. Oh. Yeah, but in the end, it turned out to be so much fun. I had so much fun. We had an amazing photographer. The photographer was patient. He would give us, you know, poses, do this, do that, and he would take a picture and come and show it to me, and I'll be like, let's do it again.
Wash it. So say in fat.
Okay, my angel.
How much?
Don't see. Patient. So thank you very much. You made my day more fun. Yeah, enjoyed it. Enjoyed the photo shoot. Best decision ever. Do you know why? So hubby traveled, came back, and they said in the evening. Few hours later, I was being driven to the hospital to deliver. So if I hadn't done the shoot earlier in June, I couldn't have done it. So you see, genius decision, best decision I ever made. Well, that wraps up my journey. My pregnancy was an easy one. I was going to say it was easy. It wasn't easy. Trust me, it wasn't easy, but it was easier. Why? For some people, it's so much worse, and I'm thankful for that. And I would say if you're pregnant, drink a lot of water, eat well, rest, relax, sleep, okay, and you will be fine. So comment down below any tips and tricks that helped you get through your pregnancy journey. Let others also learn from what you have gathered over the years. And thank you so much for watching and staying to the end. I'm grateful and I'm thankful. Our next video will be the labor and delivery vlog. I'll give you the gist on how my labor and delivery went. Thank you so much for staying to this point. Blue. I love you and keep watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any new video I post. I'm going to be posting a lot this December. I have some content to share with you, so please do subscribe. Let's hit like 1,000 subscribers. Blue. Paka, and remember, be safe.